Alaikum. We will have fifth lecture of the series of the chapter thermal properties of matter. So we'll be discussing evaporation. Now you know the process of evaporation is the conversion of substance from liquid to gaseous state, but it is different from boiling. So we'll see what are the differences. So at first, if we look at the basic difference, evaporation occurs at the surface of the liquid only. So we can define evaporation as conversion of a liquid to gaseous state or conversion of a substance from liquid to gaseous state due to escape of high energy particles from the surface of the liquid. So what happens in a liquid? We have a liquid here, and this liquid, there are numerous particles which are at different kinetic energies, and we can define temperature as the average kinetic energy of the particles of this substance. Average kinetic energy of the uh, particles of this liquid is the temperature measure of this liquid. Okay, so there are some high energy particles. So if I, for example, these particles which are red, these are high energy particles. And if those particles are at the surface of the liquids, so these particles can directly overcome the intermolecular forces and escape to the environment, converting it into the gaseous state. And this will be known as the process of evaporation. So it is in some ways different from boiling. We'll be discussing that also. But at first, we need to discuss one phenomena, that in the process of evaporation, there is a cooling effect generated. So how will that be? So for that, we will discuss an example, an analogy. So for example, we have a class of some 10 students with different marks. One student has 3 marks, 6, 10, 11, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 30. So these are 10 students with different marks. So if we calculate the average marks, like uh, in our actual case, we discuss average kinetic energy of particles. Here we are discussing average marks in a test. So that is 16 marks right now. If I exclude the high achievers from that class, for example, I exclude these top 4 students from the class. So rest are these 6, 7 students, and now the sum will be 55 marks and average marks will be almost 9 marks. So it means that average marks have decreased, and in this case you can say that if high energy particles have converted to the gaseous state, if high energy particles have escaped from the surface of the liquid, so average kinetic energy of the rest of the particles will be lesser. It means temperature will decrease and a cooling effect is generated. So you observe that in daily life also. For example, um, if you have come out after bathing, what will happen? Your body will have water droplets on it, and those water droplets will be evaporating after taking or absorbing thermal energy from your body. So you will be feeling lower temperature. You will be feeling a cooling effect in that case. We can have a practical regarding that too. For example, we have some. Let me have another slide for that. For example, if we have some volatile liquid here, for example, we have some spirit in this container, and I could put a straw in it. For example, that's a straw into this spirit. Now I can blow through the straw, and what do we have beneath it? We have some base here, and for example it's a wooden base, and we have a layer of thin layer of water between the beaker and the wooden base. So that water right now is in liquid form, but that liquid in the container is volatile, it's spirit, and its evaporation process can be can be performed at a higher rate if we blow through it. So what will happen, that evaporation will become faster, and this spirit will be taking away thermal energy from water, and that water will freeze in that case because it will be releasing thermal energy at a faster rate. It will be providing thermal energy to this liquid to help it evaporate, and water layer, thin water layer will freeze. In this case, it will convert to solid form. So that is also an experiment to prove that evaporation is causing cooling. Okay, moving on. So now there are some differences between evaporation and boiling. What are those differences? We can discuss that too. So first one, evaporation occurs at the surface of the liquid and boiling occurs throughout the liquid. Evaporation occurs at any temperature. It can occur at any temperature. Boiling occurs at boiling point specifically. Now for evaporation at any temperature, we mean lower than the boiling point. So it won't be happening after boiling point, because liquid would have been converted to steam in that case. Okay. So evaporation is a slower process. Boiling is a faster process because we are providing some thermal energy externally. In evaporation also thermal energy is absorbed, but that is done from the environment. But in boiling, a specific heating source is there which provides some constant thermal energy to the liquid. In evaporation, there are no bubbles formed throughout the liquid, but in boiling, bubbles are formed throughout the liquid. And temperature may change during the process of evaporation, but during the process of boiling, temperature does not change, it remains constant. So these are some common differences between the process of boiling and evaporation. Then we can discuss some factors affecting the evaporation process. First of all is the surface area. So if we have same amount of liquid in two containers, one having a wider surface area, so that wider surface area will arrange more energetic particles at the surface. So it will increase the rate of evaporation, process of evaporation. But in this container, less number of energetic particles will be there at the surface, so evaporation will be slower. Okay, you can also look here that we have expanded the for example, we have spread the liquid on the surface, so we see that in daily life too. For example, we have some water spilled on the floor, so it will take some time to dry up, but if we use a wiper and we spread it over the whole floor, so that evaporation will occur very quickly. Okay, so increasing the surface area, increasing the rate of evaporation. Second is surrounding temperature. So if we have two containers containing the same amount of liquid at same temperature, but those are placed, one is placed under sunshine and the other is not under sunshine. For example, it's under a shade. So evaporation process will be faster for this one because its surrounding temperature is more. Second is the temperature of the water itself. If it would have been like this, that if we have two containers in the same room, so surrounding temperature will be same, and one container contains water at 30 degrees Celsius, the other container contains water at 90 degrees Celsius. So the one with higher temperature will have more energetic molecules. So evaporation will be faster in that case, and that water will evaporate quickly. Next, wind speed. If, for example, we have two containers, alike containers, whenever we discussed, whenever we have a comparison, rest of the factors are kept same. So if we are looking for wind, if we are looking for evaporation under wind, so volume of the containers, initial temperature, final temperature, and temperature of the environment, all of the other factors will be kept constant. For example, so that we can see for wind. So two containers of same dimension, same volume of liquid, same temperature, same surrounding temperature, but one is under a fan So it will be providing with more flow of wind, more dry air, which will be carrying more energetic particles into it, and evaporation process will be faster for this one. So with wind speed also, um, rate of evaporation increases. Next, we can discuss for humidity. So we have two scenarios here. One is a pond of water, the other is also the same pond of water, but this one is under less humidity and this one is under high humidity. So when we have higher humidity, more vapors, more water particles in the atmosphere. So it will be difficult for a water droplet, for a water particle to enter the atmosphere because we have already too many water particles in the atmosphere. But here, for those clothes to get dry. So you can observe that in table life too. Okay, so we discussed these factors which affect the rate of evaporation. So you can sum up those in this slide. Higher the temperature of surroundings, higher will be the rate of evaporation. Temperature of the liquid, higher the temperature of the liquid, higher will be the rate of evaporation. Surface area of the liquid in contact with the air. Okay, we can use the specific terminology here. Surface area is also the surface of container, that is on sides, that is at bottom as well, but we are talking about the specific surface area which is in contact with air. So more the surface area in contact with air, higher will be the rate of evaporation. Wind speed, more the wind speed, higher will be the rate of evaporation. Humidity, and same stands for vice versa. If we have lower wind speed, rate of evaporation will be slower. Less the humidity, higher will be the rate of evaporation. So that was the topic of evaporation. uh, do subscribe and like the video and put your comments so that I can answer those comments.